Hi, everyone. Welcome to PESN Studios. I'm your host, as always, Mr. Mayor. And in today's episode, we're going to find our target heart rate. But first, we need to find out, why is it so important for us to find our target heart rate? Amazingly enough, we have Mr. Mayor on location upstairs to shed some light on why the heart is so important. Mr. Mayor, can you answer some questions for us? Of course. Anything for PSN Studios and my awesome students. Well, we certainly appreciate your time. We know you're a very important man with lots of responsibilities. Can you expand on the importance of finding your target heart rate for us? So in class, we've learned the muscles from our head to our toes and how to strengthen and condition each one of those. But what is the most important muscle in the body? That's right, your heart. Now, it's important to train in different target heart rate zones to make sure that your heart is getting the proper exercise, because that's what takes care of your whole cardiovascular system, your heart. The heart is so important because it pumps blood around your body, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your cells and removing waste products. The heart has 4 chambers, 2 upper chambers called the right and left atria, and 2 lower chambers called the right and left ventricles. To make sure your heart gets stronger every day, you want to make sure you're exercising at a certain heart rate. Heart rate is the number of times your heart beats in 1 minute. Your resting heart rate is best taken right when you wake up in the morning. If you're fortunate enough to have a smartwatch of some sort, it will take your heart rate throughout the day and tell you what your resting heart rate is without you having to do anything. If you don't have a smartwatch, you can take your heart rate at 2 spots in your body, your radial artery or your carotid artery. You want to press and hold your middle and index finger on your radial artery for 60 seconds and count how many times it beats. Or you can take your middle and index finger and press it against your carotid artery, shown here, and again, count for how many beats per minute. So how do we find our target heart range? Target heart range formula. Your target heart range equals your heart rate max minus your heart rate rest. Then you times it by 0.6 and 0.8 and add your heart rate rest. This will give you your target heart rate. Let's break it down into 4 steps and use myself as an example. Step 1 is to take the number 220 and subtract your current age. So to find out my heart rate max, I would take the number 220 and subtract 40, my age, which equals 180. That means my heart rate max, the maximum amount of times my heart can beat in 1 minute, is 180 times. Hold the phone! Did you just say 40 years old? I hate to interrupt your lesson there, Mr. Mayor, but you don't look a day over 25 with those youthful good looks.
Yes, I try to stay young by exercising, staying out of the UV rays, and of course, using some moisturizer. Thanks for noticing my youthful young looks.
Anyways, proceed. Mr. Mayor example, step 2. Count how many times your heart beats in 1 minute. While at rest, the best time to take your heart rate rest is when you wake up in the morning. My resting heart rate, according to my smartwatch, is 56 beats per minute. So I would take 180, my heart rate max, and subtract 56, my heart rate rest, which equals 124. On to step 4. Now that I have that baseline number 124, I want to multiply that by 0.6, which equals 74.4, and then take that number 124 again and multiply it by 0.8, which equals 99.2. And then I'm going to take those 2 numbers and transfer them to step 5. Now for step 5, I'm going to take the 2 separate results and add my heart rate rest to both of them. So the bottom part of my target heart range would be 77.4 plus my heart rate rest, which is 56, to give me 133.4 for the bottom part of my target heart range. And then I'll take the top part, 99.2, Add my heart rate rest again to that, which gives me 155.2, which would be the top part of my target heart range. So my target heart range would be between 133.4 and 155.2 beats per minute. So, whatever you're doing to get your exercise every day, whether it's jumping rope or playing your favorite sport like mine, basketball, get up, Mr. Mayor! Oof! Air Mayor right there. Or if you're pumping iron like Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's always important to make sure you're exercising in a target heart range level to make sure your heart is getting the proper exercise that it needs to work your cardiovascular system and keep your body healthy. Well, that concludes today's episode on finding your target heart range. I hope that inspires you at home to take good care of your heart. Yours in kindness, health, and physical education. I'm Mr. Mayor. Stay fit, boys and girls.